Hey friends! Today we're doing a little unboxing of these guys from King Kong. King Kong makes some excellent gym bags. Most of their bags seem to be made for dual purpose gym plus life. Yeah, so this is the one I was expecting, the plus 26. But first, this episode is brought to you by Magic Spoon. When I was a kid, I loved cereal. I really did. Honestly, cereal and Diet Coke was just like the cold bubbles of the Diet Coke, the crunch and cold of the cereal. Seriously, still to this day, right? And Magic Spoon makes high protein, low carb. You feel less guilty. 0 sugar, 3 carbs, and 11 grams of protein for eating cereal. We pulled it out for a bunch of the kids. They loved it. I pulled it out for the adults, and I actually kept my own little stash. Private chocolate. I had some chocolate. It felt great for an evening snack the other night. Just like adulting it up with cereal. Milk protein blend is the first ingredient. And then there's a sweetener blend, so it's got monk fruit. These are low carb, low fat, high protein. You can use the code at the description below here. You can use the code. I'll put the instructions in the description and get free shipping on a variety box, 4 boxes. I recommend it. It's fun. I really like the stuff. My thanks to Magic Spoon for supporting independent business and adults eating cereal. Get into it. All right, let's see what this big guy is. I think this is their plus 26, okay? It's a backpack gym bag. Okay, one of the defining features of this bag is they've got this magnetic quick release guy right here, which to me, I love these things personally. I love the way that they feel. They slide, it just slides in like a magnet, like it clicks in by itself. You don't have to do anything. It just gets right there. And then to open it, you slide it open. Though on this pocket, which has zippers down both of these sides to kind of give you a bunch of space. When they advertise this, they show shoes. This is where your Converse go. This is where you're like either your office shoes or your gym shoes, one of the two. And so they're on the outside of the bag. It's not stinking up stuff on the inside, right? Big, nice magnetic fade lock. That just feels good. And then like the zippers, I wonder how useful this ends up being. But one of the things I like about this is it's just a place to throw whatever you need to on the go. Like your Tupperware of like, I'm just bringing my chicken today. Balls for the dog to take to the park. Just whatever you're using this bag for, you can just quickly throw some stuff on the outside. Then you've got huge water bottle pockets here. Here's my Camelbak Chute. Favorite $11 water bottle, okay? Big. Thing gobbles it right up. Nice piece of elastic. Elastic is the stuff that always it loses its luster over time, but it's a nice piece of elastic here, and this is so deep that even if that elastic starts to get less stretchy over time, it's not like you're not worried about your water bottle falling out. Thanks, King Kong. And you got that same thing over here. So maybe one of them is your protein shakes, right? You got to get your protein shakes in there. You want to mix that up. You want to do the pre-workout, and then over here you're doing the post-workout, right? You need to get the electrolyte fix, right? So sometimes that can be put inside the bag in a different water bottle. Or you can use it out here. This is where all your chlorella goes. Chlorella? Spirulina. Okay, the other thing in my research on this bag that I was super stoked on is this pocket up top. Another great YKK, super easy with one hand zipper. And then, see how it has dimension built in on the top? Like those old school JanSport pockets that were down in the front, just like little kid pockets. I like pockets like this that have dimension built in, that don't mind saying like, hey, I'm up here, right? And one of the things I'm noticing is the bag's structure is such that a lot of times when you have a pocket up top that can fit some stuff, you can put something heavy in there and then it like droops down the whole bag. Well, you're definitely gonna notice that, but see how this zipper is just small? There's actually some not padding, but a little bit of structure behind this panel. So it's not gonna like bend and warp and get super moofy on you, right? So zipping it up ends up being easy, big old YKK number 10 to get to the top. Now, there is zipper access all the way around the back of this bag for huge clamshell opening. I will show you that in a moment. But this is how I will be accessing this bag when I use it, right? for most of the time, unless I'm like loading it up with something big. You've got access into the entirety of the main capacity of the bag. Just a nice little plop that opens right up. This can sit at my feet up against the wall or something, getting my laptop out, getting my pouches out or something like that, having access to any things that I have in this quick access, maybe my protein shake. Should know in here there's a little bit of an admin organizer, like bunches of business cards. Shout out to the people who bought the business cards things. I made you guys business cards. That was awesome. And then on the inside of this panel, there's also a zipper. No mesh, no C, so this is like hidden stuff. This is like where the passport would go if you're traveling with this, or if you want some stuff that stays a little. Keep it secret, keep it safe. Okay, laptop compartment on the back has some little bit of padding on the front of it, so the front is protected. This kind of, I don't like these typically near my laptop. Not that, I like that they don't scratch because it's just kind of plastic, but I never really use this, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna cut these off, because now that's a bummer on this bag, because when you do open it up clamshell, you kind of do want something sitting there holding your computer in so it doesn't flop out that way. So maybe I'll just have to use it. Anytime there's a beaver tail like this where the laptop is on the opening flap, that means your laptop, you might set it down, or it might be like somewhat uneven and your laptop just sort of slides out when you're at, customs, going into your bag to try to find something, and it's like the last thing you need is like a laptop slowly sliding out of your bag, right? So they go for an actual clip. One of the good things about these clips is that they last forever, right? This is just classic, basic, old school, good, soft goods design stuff, right? Okay, let me zip up our little front flap here to show you inside this guy, because this is a nice little capacity, I think, especially for daily carry. And you can see over here, we've got meshy pockets, meshy, non-meshy, right? So lots of organization, pulling anything you want up against that front panel of the bag, right? This is the front of the bag, so that anything you have in the main capacity here can have plenty of room. Your Tupperware for your chicken or oatmeal, or Brussels sprouts. So one of the things I like about this is I use pouches to organize myself. I'll link below to my favorite pouches. I have a pouch that I have like my essential keyboard, mouse, like spare hard drive. Everything that I'm gonna need when I'm pulling out my computer is in there. So I pull out my computer and I pull that out. It has the power charger in there. It has bunches of stuff like I keep that kit. Then I also keep another kit that's like for stuff I don't need every time I get into my computer, but I might need it sometimes, right? I might always need you, but I never want to see you pouch. I'm gonna link below in the time code right now to my favorite pouches, okay? I highly recommend getting pouches, especially for a bag like this, just because this makes it so easy to just plop in a pouch or two. Your lunchbox, a pouch on top of that, right? You got your laptop in the back, you get to the cafe or somewhere, this just goes on the floor next to you, you pull out your laptop, pull out your pouch, open up the pouch on the table, you've got your power charger, your dongles, your headphones, anything that you need, right? That's the kind of modular life that I think would work really well in this. Now, they do have quite a bit of organization in this. Outside here, I wouldn't really be putting tech in any of these things. And then those panels that we have up against the front of the bag here, right? But to get to these is kind of hard. I can easily get to this one, the top one, but to get to these two, I have to open up this whole thing to really visually see. Or maybe I can kind of just like blindly, I mean, I'm in that middle one right now. I'm in that bottom one right now, right? You can blindly, as long as you don't have too much in there, you can blindly reach in and grab that stuff, and then it's keeping stuff from just cluttering up the middle of the inside, the main capacity of the bag. Let's talk about this back panel and the handle. I like this little very simple handle. It is folded over on one side, so it actually feels best to carry the bag with the bag facing you, because then the folded side is in your hand. I might have done that the other way, personally, or had it folded on both sides and put the seam in the middle somewhere. Not that like, you know, I'm persnickety about stuff like that. So I would notice, I really care about how things feel in my hand over time, because if it gets cumbersome, if it gets annoying, I'm out. I use my handle all the time. I use it a lot. Oftentimes it's easier for me to carry it with the handle than to put it on my shoulders. Okay, and if I'm going to work in a cafe for a while or something like that, sometimes I like to do that so it doesn't look like I'm moving in. Handles really do make a big impact on your experience of the bag. Your tactile feel of the bag makes a big difference. Now, tactile wise, these straps are nice and wide. Okay, I can tell. I've felt straps like these before. These are wide. They're like a stiffer padding, which I tend to like because it distributes the weight well across the surface area of your body. So these are, you know, quite comfortable. Some of you with bigger necks, ironically, these bags, I bet a lot of beefcakes, big neck workout dudes would feel some rub on their back, or they would open these up a little farther so the bag is further down the back and they can have a little more stretch. I'm a little bit Tom Morello. I'm a little bit like hike that shit up. And simple sternum strap. I like to have sternum strap on stuff like this, especially a bag like this that I might be loading up with lots and lots of stuff. Okay, let me talk to you for a second. Well, first of all, let's just see a little bit of breathability. That's nice. You can see these have maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch of padding on them, and so there's some air channels flowing between here. I think that's all suitable. I think that's all fine. Okay, let me talk about the material feels of this. I dig it. I actually really think it's like, all in all, it feels like a great bag. I love, like, one of my favorite bags is the Topo Core Pack. It is just standard, solid nylon. It's very similar make to this kind of thing. This feels really solid, and it's gonna last a long time. Like, it's built fairly well. They have a decent warranty on their stuff. You can check that out on their website. But the material feel, all in all, I'm stoked with. I want a little more personality from these straps. I feel like they could design their own King Kong feeling kind of strap. As it is, this is unique because it is wider than you're used to, and it is a little bit stiffer, so it does the good weight distribution. You're gonna like it in terms of functionality. One of the things I dislike about it, it's just not my favorite in my hand. Again, another reason why I'll be using that handle an awful lot. So, pack for greatness. Shout out to King Kong. Any of you gym folks, check out their bags. I've known about them for a while, and they seem to have some values for like making stuff that's gonna last a really long time. Super tough stuff. I've updated my gym bags page with this bag and all the others that I like. I will link to that below in the YouTube description. Ask any questions in the comments and I will answer whatever I can. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. And check out MATTERFUL.co, because that's where I keep lists of all my favorite bags. Clothing, I just updated the men's clothing page there, where it's just like, here's my favorite brands that I'm living in like every day. After getting to try out so much, here's the stuff that I'm living in every day, right? Shout out to King Kong. Shout out to you. Stay safe out there. Go hit the gym, or just hit the gym in your backyard. Gotta be honest, this, like, the ability to throw big water bottles and just, you know, sneakers or whatever up front, just chucking stuff into the bag that's different from like the daily carry you bring all the time. I like that about this bag. Good on you, King Kong. Okay, bye-bye.